Hello, everybody. My name is Jordan Anderson. I hope all you guys' day is going good. And when I'm given this question, what I do with my time outside of school, I will always point to the direction of football. Football is not only my mere hobby because it's my lifestyle that dedicates all my activities to it. I was brought up watching football. It matches my family. Everybody in my family, deals with football, has a certain team they like, has a certain player they like on that team. So everything since I was young, I've been around. It's been around football. And that is something that I actually cherish a lot. Watching players play as a single unit made me learn some things that could not be taught to me slowly at school, you know what I mean? I began to be interested in football when I was very young. That is when I was approximately 7 or, maybe 6 years old. In one of those neighborhood, Six Flags Up game, we throw the ball up and your cousins, you come tackle each other. But, my cousin who's older than me demonstrated to me how to throw the football correctly and, control it, how to actually hold the football and, just stuff like that dealing with football. Since that afternoon, something in me totally transformed, you know what I mean? And football became my absolutely greatest love ever. Excuse me. And what I mean by that, after that, I began to take, workouts serious. I began to do a lot of research on football. Maybe my favorite player back then when I was young and, just things like that. I began to exercise every day, even in the rain, even when it was, muddy outside. I still went outside and did something, that was contained in football. The meaning of football to me extends much deeper than what is meant by scoring field goals, scoring touchdowns and winning games. It teaches you discipline, you know what I mean? Since you need that to train consistently, even when your body is very fatigued, it would teach you how to work as a team since there would never be a player who will win a match entirely by themselves unless they're just Superman, you know what I mean? It also helps you take a failure in a very graceful manner. Since losing is a very natural and essential aspect of growth, I would highly recommend football to anyone who wishes to have something really meaningful to get into. And the reason why I say that is because, like I said, you could have a lot of emotions from football. Football could cause you, to have a great life, to have you thinking about everything dealing with football. You might, really love it, you know what I mean? It makes your body physically fit and your mind very sharp focused all throughout the week. On the field, you make friends who in many cases last many years into adult life. There's also a worldwide football group of fans that makes the world seem smaller and friendlier. One of those things I enjoy about football is that it brings individuals together who differ greatly in their backgrounds and cultures. The passion of people, whether they are watching a match, in San Francisco at the 49ers game or whether they're watching a match at the Seattle Seahawks stadium, you know what I mean? Football has its own language, which no one in the world appears to need to translate to comprehend. This universal connection, which I have never discovered in any other sport or activity. Another thing that I love about football is it continuously pushes you every day to improve yourself every single day. There's always room for yourself, to get better, accuracy and passing the ball, running routes or just reading the game, doing anything you need to do to become a better football player is always something you could do. Football has no ceiling since the learning process actually never ends when a player is devoted. I'm sorry about that. It is continuous growth that makes me go back to the field each and every weekend and every morning. If you actually never properly tried football, I would like you to go sit down, watch a game one season and see how it goes. Get a person who knows the game already and have them explain to you, what's going on and stuff like that as you guys watch it together. I give you my word, and you will be pushed to the edge of your seat every single time. Every single fourth quarter is going to be a good game. The game of football has its own way of attracting people, and it's never letting them go at all. Thank you so much for listening to me today.